Authentic Empress. All right. So, I was getting a few channel messages. There could be some significant about um, someone struggling over communicating or some type of struggle going on with somebody trying to make an effort to communicate something. And what I mean by struggle, I mean like, Charlotte, give me one moment. I'm back. So what I was saying was, let's say somebody says that they're going to contact someone. And so they reach for the phone to contact that person. And then there's someone who doesn't want them to contact that person. So now there's a struggle over the phone, over the device, over the person. You get what I'm saying? Making an effort to contact whomever. That is what I mean by there could be a struggle over somebody communicating, or it could simply be somebody struggling to communicate something, like just internally, or you know, yeah, some type of internal battle with that. Um, Another message I was getting was about um, the divine showing you just how blessed you are. Hello, showing you um, things that people so often overlook that's considered blessings. So let me just delve into it immediately, right? The lengths that people go in order to obtain certain riches and a level up and that ascension and that growth, right? Because ultimately that's what everybody is on a path to, you know, grow within. It's natural. Um, you begin as these little atoms, molecules, and then you turn into an actual embryo and fetus and baby and toddler, child, teenager. It's natural for you to grow, right? And the same thing is happening on a spiritual level, the same thing is happening on all levels of existence. And we're familiar with people, all of us having different upbringings, and some people having more bizarre, more strange, more deranged, extreme upbringings that many of us wouldn't even be able to imagine. And the reason why I'm saying all this is people, this is why people take certain routes in order to obtain a certain level up or um that keep up with the Joneses energy or growth. It's like their elevation. Some people get deceived when it comes to paths of elevation. And so think about those people that choose the sugar baby, sugar daddy route or something like that, or gigolo route. Think about things that they tolerate that generally they wouldn't tolerate if there wasn't money involved or something like that, right? There's this energy about a fear of touch. That card been coming out, and let me tell you how that my guys gave it to me today. Fear of touch, like there is this needy energy, right? There's something significant about a very needy energy. This could be reflecting in if you have a pet, if you're a pet mom, dad, or whatever. This could be reflecting in your pet life, but it could be mirroring an energy that someone else is dealing with, or something significant about that, okay? Like very, very needy, like extra needy than normal. Um, and there's this response of not really wanting to be touched that I was picking up on. Somebody can kind of be in this cringe energy towards somebody that's desperate for attention, desperate for their attention. Like something could have started off as like, oh, that's cute, and there may be moments where it's like, oh, that's cute, that's cool. Oh, that person really loved me, you know what I'm saying? But then there's other moments where it's like, dang, like give me some space, like chill, like what in the world? So somebody's dealing with that now. What I was getting about the divine saying, like things that we kind of easily overlook as blessings that some people tolerate, you know, in an attempt to elevate, okay, um, or come out of certain situations or obtain certain financial circumstances. So anyway, think about those people who do the sugar baby sugar route or whatever, and they let these old people touch them, and they do it and they deal with it just so they can get the money. It's kind of like selling your body, whether that's like having actual sex or showing your body for money. It's like, hmm, interesting. Um, it's interesting that all we may have to really deal with is our animals or whatever, getting extra needy out of nowhere. And even though it may get annoying sometimes because it's like overly, bro, it's better than some creep touching up on you or whatever, just because you need a roof on your head, over your head, and stuff like that. Yeah, nah. And the thing is, there was definitely energies that were projecting this, possibly even trying to cast a narrative about you that that's what you're into or that's what you do. That's what you have to do in order to um, maintain, thrive. There could be something significant about karmic friends, or associates who you know personally. Okay. And they're a part of communities and environments where they're like that, they do that, or they keep that up. And it's not one of those things like, oh, they grew out of it. Oh, it's something that even though you got rejection here, even though there's all these horrific outcomes and karma and things backfiring, it's giving that they're not catching the lesson that, hey, I should probably stop doing this particular thing. I should probably stop engaging in this activity. I should probably stop going in this environment. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to like long suffering and hardship and being able to persevere and stuff like that, I feel like when it comes to whatever that challenge, that trial or tribulation is, even though there's things that happen because we can't control other people and because of our association we may be affected by it, we still do have an influence or a choice, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to what, the nature of our trials and tribulations based on the decisions we make in life, how we show up in life, with ourselves and with others, how responsible we are with our soul, our flesh, and our energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, okay, yin yang, light and dark, good, bad is there, and it's inevitable for you to encounter it along your path in general. It's like night and day. You know what I'm saying? It's the given. Um, it's like, okay, maybe you had plans to do something that involved outdoors but it's a storm, okay. You know what I'm saying? You just adjust, you adapt. Um, but when I say we have a level, in a way, our free will do we do have a choice of the bad that we're going to experience, right? So boom, I choose to entertain somebody, and I'm really feeling that somebody, and so I go and do the tango with that somebody, and I'm tangoing and stanky leg, and you feel me, like hit that with all that with that somebody for a minute, right? And I really like the person. I'm being sincere through and through. But because I can't control that person, um, let's say they make decisions or they're influenced by others or whatever. But there's something that happens that's outside of my control. But it is a storm. It's a trial. It's a tribulation. It's a challenge. But at least I'm on the end where I was sowing good seeds anyway. So yeah, I may have to deal with like some very harsh emotions, emotional cycles and stuff like that. Yeah, I gotta push through that and get through that. But because of the seeds that I sow, because of, my choice of whatever darkness, you know what I'm saying? Like my fair share, right? Um, it's still gonna work out for my good. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we have that understanding. I feel like that's wisdom. You know what I'm saying? To understand that. So even though you have to you find yourself dealing with pain or having to deal with pain that you don't necessarily want to deal with, for us it's almost looked at like it's the best resource of the resources possible for alchemy, for your manifestation abilities. You know what I'm saying? um Compared to, like, if it was to just strip it away to its like base neutral point, like the atom of it all, how powerful is the quality of that atom? You get what I'm saying? Like, where did this atom like what is it derivative from? So now I'm talking to y'all from like an alchemical intuitive scientist perspective. But and it's crazy because I seen this person today who had on this periodic table shirt of the elements. Anyway, but on her shirt it was sarcasm, but it was like the different, So yeah, like that's what it's giving. And so with darkness, we all have to have our fair share of illusions as well, right? There's some type of connection made with light and dark where shadows can be formed. You get what I'm saying? Um, so let's say our fair share is we are seers. You know what I'm saying? We are very gifted and we can read auras or see auras. Let's say that's our fair share of illusions. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has to have a share or experience their share of illusions because that's just a part of, the makings, the foundational units of life. Again, light and dark. That's what creates shadows, ghosts, spirits, all that stuff. Now, for people who we have a choice as spiritual beings, just like as in flesh, we have a choice of whom we kick it with, where we go, where we hang out, where we place our bodies, what we do with our bodies, what we put in our bodies. It's the same shit with your soul. It's the same shit with your soul. So if we have to have our fair share of the gray area, right, between light and dark, illusion, shadow, spirits, just whatever, all that, right? if people indulge in activities that are breeding grounds for demonic spirits, this is how people get caught up in these in the kind of dark karmic cycles where they're not governing their vessel, you know, whether that be them utilizing other people's advice over their own, like just disregarding or making their voice second to someone else and just living like that and just only just replacing whomever voice or thoughts is going to be, but not fully standing in embracing their own voice, their own soul. So who, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's crazy because people just get, you know, pushed and pulled by peer pressure. You get what I'm saying? Opposed to, dang, like, are you really aligned with God? Are you really divinely guided? Are you really like self-governing, like people proclaim? Um, because I'm saying there's a collective of people who will claim that, but they're really moved by the people they surround themselves by for approval and validation. Not so much, oh, you surround yourself um, having respective of boundaries uh, mutually sharing like emotional competence and intelligence, people truly being authentic. Just There's the thing about being honest, real, authentic, having integrity. That does not strip you away from being able to be sarcastic, from being able to be feisty when necessary, from being able to indulge in dark humor. You know, have fun, go dancing, party. It doesn't strip you away of any of those things, bro. But it's like, who is your master? Who is your master? Because, and I want to be very clear about this too. Like, even if you are with an individual, individuals that are all participating in a thing, in an environment, if you're going to be in the environment, be there because you want to be there, not because you allow their influence to outweigh how you truly feel. So there's that. Whatever they're participating in, same thing. If you're going to choose to participate, let that be your decision alone. You know what I'm saying? And not because they kept, constantly like weighing you down, trying to convince you to do it. Like, I don't know. I'm just channeling. I'm just channeling. So, but that's what I've been picking up so far. Also, mirroring, not underestimating. Like, if you are connected, or or feel like you connected to a twin flame, what if, excuse me, what if whatever has been going on in your life has literally been going on in their life simultaneously the entire time? Um, but it's just, of course, just like you're your own person, you're a different flesh suit, they're a different flesh suit. It's different people, so different kind. Like there's difference. There's its own unique, custom to the details. But y'all are mirroring almost like the same life, on your own path. What if what if that's been going on with somebody, and whatever fears or projections or like ruminating, worrying, intrusive thoughts and stuff like that. what if, what if this is something that's like kind of bouncing back and forth? You get what I'm saying? Like between you and that person, but it's literally just fears, but it's not actually happening. Like Oh, so you started fucking with this person. I just know they fucking with that person. They probably doing this, they doing that. What if that person is literally thinking and feeling the same way about you? And you know how you not doing anything or how you are living your life and you focused on you. What if they literally been doing the same thing this whole time? Everything that you question God about and talk to God about the situation for clarity and stuff like that. What if they've been literally having the same conversation in their own way with the divine? The same as that stuff. Now think about how you guys were so reflective and like when it came to y'all's conversations with one another. Like how compatible y'all were in y'all's thinking and how y'all's conversations like flowed and stuff like that. Like in the way that y'all think and how y'all relate to y'all's thought processes. What if that's literally, I'm telling you, like, what if y'all are a lot more similar than you actually really realize? And I'm saying, so this is going to resonate. So let's say there's obvious similarities that you thought about here and there. Some of you guys can even favor in appearance, but this is for twin flame energy. Now, that's something else I picked up earlier. So, all the channel messages that came out so far. Um, the first one was there could be a struggle over somebody wanting to communicate with somebody, taking action to communicate. Um, this could be like to speak up about something. This can be about a relationship. This can be confessing, like, or telling the truth about something. This can involve church. This can involve like the authorities. Um, this can involve like family, like work, anything. But it's something about somebody wanting to confess or speak to a particular person, um, in the name of like revealing some type of truth or something like that, or clearing something up, like clearing something up, clearing up their name. And there's a struggle over that person doing that. Like somebody trying to like fight with them, like literally fight with them and make it damn near impossible for them to do it. Like that's what I mean by that. Damn near, not impossible, damn near. Like really just do the most, like doing the most to get that person to do what they want to do what they want them to do. It's the confirmation for me. It's the confirmation. Oh my goodness gracious. Hmm. It's about to get real esoteric in here. There's a curse out here, you guys. There's a curse out here in the spread. Fated to be alone. So somebody's fated to be alone. This could have been a curse somebody was trying to place on you. Hmm. So a curse is out here, and there has to be a recipient of that curse. So another channel message that I had mentioned earlier, and I feel like this is where it applies, was about we all had to have our fair share of light and dark, good and evil, um, yin yang, illusions, all things in a way. But we have choice and free will over the nature of that dark, those trials, tribulations, and challenges based on how we show up um, in the situation. Like, are we showing up in the name of justice, in the name of light? How are we showing up? And that's going to determine, if it's some like if it's some let's just say the nature of the shit because dang, I don't want to take away from um people's hardships, emotional hardships as well, okay? But again, like I was saying, with that fear of touch, the things that people tolerate, like for clout or for economic status or for money, okay? You're not you're not in you haven't created a harvest for yourself, or that would have to be your reality, something that you have to tolerate. Are you somebody who could have experienced that in earlier life or connected to other people because you can't control other people? Possibly. Absolutely. So now I'm seeing everyone leaves stuck in the past, comparison, judgment. You know how you can have pleasant memories that you can get nostalgic about? And it's those type of memories that always come up throughout life because it's just innocent, pleasant memories may make you laugh or something. It's one thing to be stuck in the past to that degree. Okay, that's one version. Another thing, um, if you believe in past lives, so that you had a past life or whoever you were, or if you was of royalty, or certain skills that you've had, whatever you've done, whomever you were, right? And you still embody that from a past life. That's it's one thing to be stuck in the past for that. So that's what you get when you sow seeds of integrity. If we gotta have our fair share of being stuck in the past, that's how it shows up for divine beings. Now, everybody know about the kind of stuck in the past that's detrimental and sabotaging. Again, did people project this onto you or try to create these circumstances for you for that to be your reality? Absolutely. The thing is, though, the energy is out there now. It's out there. So it's like it has to go somewhere. Oh my goodness. Judgment. I love this. I feel like this explains what I'm saying perfectly. Oh my God. Look at the comparison card specifically. Now, the reason why I say that, how her skin is lighter, but her shirt is darker, right? Both backgrounds are gray, but there's a darker gray and a lighter gray. But she has on the darker top. Darker skin, lighter top. That's what I mean by we all have our fair share of all of this kind of energy, but when we hear like about the brutal, gruesome stuff that be happening, and are people like really being stuck, like dissension, like spiritual, soul, mental dissension, like losing their minds, like literally going insane, um, all of that. Hmm. So there's some people who's feeling very anxious about some type of games that they were playing, or about being childish, okay, about being immature with how they handle something here. Because even if you put that cement over that patch of land right there, that flower still got to grow through there, or that plant still got to grow through. Something still has to grow. Wow. You got fear, loneliness, and we already got a curse out here on the spread about someone being fated to be alone. Who is this going to be? Who is this? This is somebody who wanted you to be alone for the rest of your life. Okay, who wanted you to feel unlovable, wanting you to be viewed as unlovable and be alone. It's somebody who's been jealous of you. For some of you guys, this could be somebody you personally know. For others, this could be somebody who knows of you through someone you personally know. I'm picking up the energy of you literally didn't do anything besides just like it's more so like your physical. It's your physical. It's your physical, and it's the quality of your friendship, the quality of your connection to this, to that mutual person, or to that mutual person, or the relationship you have with yourself. Something about the relationship you have with yourself. Because with this, see, I love this. With the stuck in the past card, it says let go of your ex completely so you can truly welcome new love into your life. But never mind what that said. That's not what I'm getting. This little girl just enjoying herself by herself with her balloon, and I feel like somebody is intimidated by the fact that you're like this, that you can enjoy yourself, um opposed to choosing to tolerate cringe activity, weird ass activity, you know what I'm saying, like out of fear of loneliness, or I don't know, like, or just to feel cared for. Like this could be somebody who always has to have attention on them to feel cared for. You know what I'm saying? It makes me think about the attachment styles. That's what it makes me think of. Like secure attachment style, anxious attachment, anxious avoidant. When you're facing judgment, it's literally like all things work together for the good of those who love God. Okay, what I mean, so when you're facing the energy of judgment, there's something about it always working out for you, working out in your favor, or whatever, like the end or your position in the face of this judgment. There's something about you having like some type of like upper hand. love the image. You have the upper hand. Meaning, let's say you're falsely accused of something. You're falsely accused. It's a lie. So now you're facing judgment over a lie, something that you not guilty of, something that you didn't really do or participate in. So you're on the good side. You're in the best position in the scenario facing this type of judgment or face the judgment. This is often how it is when you face the energy of judgment, right? However, for these folks, you feel me, who swear they're gonna be on demon time, you feel me? Need I say more? Need I say more? Excuse me. Too much work, yeah. Huh. Too much work. Trying to fight you. Trying to fight you, trying to war against you, war with you, compete with you is too much work. It's going to be too much work. Also, what was it? I feel like this is a bit of challenge I heard earlier. Earlier, I heard something on the lines of when people like intentionally try to exclude you from something. And then something goes wrong, something goes left, and you have the upper hand because they call themselves trying to exclude you because their instant gratification collectively, they wanted to feel some type of ego boost over, oh, you can't sit with us type energy. Um, but then as time plays out and whatever activities they participate in, there's something about them getting caught up together and being like accessories of being an accessory to something or something like that. And you having the upper hand because you was excluded. You know what I'm saying? Like it was supposed to hurt you, but it was actually a blessing in disguise, is what it's giving. This is funny. Like what in the world? Mm, dang. And this is how I feel. Like there's something about a group of people or groups of people or just this pattern of, you know, groups of people who put themselves in positions karmically to experience like judgment on the end of like carnage and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you on God bad side type, you know? Yeah. No good ones. They look around and look at each other and realize like there's no good ones among us, including me, because I'm a party y'all type shit. Like I don't know, this I don't know, this is I'm picking up I'm just channeling y'all like somebody. Oh my god. This is someone who wanted you to have a fear of being social, have a fear of engagement, like engaging with people or going into groups, or maybe they was projecting this onto you, saying that you were, maybe, I mean, but you're not. Somebody, there's a group or there's somebody who wants you to just have some type of social anxiety. They want you to have social anxiety because you're beautiful, because you're attractive. Um, it's that energy of not wanting you to know how powerful you are, not wanting you to know how beautiful you are. It's almost that energy too of somebody who's close to you, somebody who's been close to you, and they could think that you're beautiful or handsome or attractive and stuff like that. But because they low key get slightly triggered by it, or it's that energy of, oh, I don't want that to go to your head. I don't want you to get big headed. Like, it's something about people withholding their tongue, or particular people withholding their tongue. Karmic individuals holding their tongue um with you or with somebody here, like when it comes to compliments and acknowledging what. So earlier I was picking up on, this could be somebody that you personally know close to you, or this could be somebody that's connected to somebody that you personally know that curse themselves with being alone, like fated to be alone. And let's be very logical and realistic with this, because there could be people who call themselves trying to call your bluff. Like, if you are somebody, like, you usually know what you talk about, you do your research, or you're just very attentive and observant of your life, the lives of others, the world around you, um, attentive, or some type of line of study, whatever it may be. But you don't just be pulling shit out your ass, like, just because, you know. Um, you can be somebody that spend a lot of time being quiet, actually. But when I say fated to be alone, it's exactly what these people were hoping or orchestrating for you, like bad relationships, or um something being starting off passionate or whatever, and then it goes nowhere. Things like that, like incomplete situations is what somebody wanted for you. Okay, so I'm saying that to say this is somebody who cursed themselves with being fated to be alone, meaning they could. I'm a person that's saying this, right? So let's say there's a person like that in my life, and they're watching me like, oh, that she don't know what she's talking about, and da 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 da. She's just talking to her ass, whatever. I got this person that I talked to, and this person that I talked to. I was just with this person, da 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 da. This is why I'm saying no. What I mean by fated to be alone is you may have little situationships and little rendezvous and whatever. Yes. But as far as being in a true divine partnership, union, connection, orchestrated and written by God, you will not be in or have. That is what this fated to alone energy is referencing, to be clear. And I'm saying that because I know I'm speaking like a lot slower in this particular read. I'm really chill. Like it's what, 2:15? But yeah. It came out again. Yep. Fated to be alone. Everyone leaves. Lust not love. Past trauma. It's a blessing to not lose yourself in people, places, and things. Or if you find yourself losing yourself, you're able to retrieve yourself. Like once and for all type shit, you know? What helps you move the way you do in the face of like very harsh conditions and cruel, like people being cruel and shit like that, is because of the wisdom that you have over the situation. And it takes a lot of strength, bro. Like it takes a lot of strong will. Like when you're in the heat of the moment and people like really like trying to play you for real, like especially for those of you who've experienced this and like it's been like a group against one dynamic. The composure, the willpower that you have to maintain composure, like in the heat of the moment, bro. Like even if you still, even if you still speak up, speak whatever, speak your piece, but to maintain a level of self control, discipline, composure, even though you're upset, even though you're triggered. Oh my God. Let's reference somebody being triggered, like somebody cocking a gun. It's one thing to cock the gun, it's another thing to actually shoot the gun. So you may get triggered to the point that the gun is cocked. You get what I'm saying? Or you may put your hand on it type shit. But you ain't take the safety off, like and all of that. Like this is and I'm using this as an example as to how you respond to chaotic situations or when they're brought your way. Opposed to some people just wanting you to just lose your shit and just pop off and shoot the gun. You know what I'm saying? Like compromise yourself, sabotage yourself, create some type of permanent, unfortunate conditions for yourself to eliminate you as competition to according to my perception from my ego. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Mm-mm. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like if it's not peaceful, bro, it can be I feel like there can be chaos yet peace. It just depends on the nature of the chaos. Shoot, if you need an example, let's say an example could be you're on a roller coaster, but you're enjoying yourself. You're at peace. It's whatever. It's not, oh, it's a DV situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. hmm And past trauma is here. Like, these are things that, a lot of us have experienced in the past. So we make it a point to not experience that in the future, in the present, in the future. You know what I'm saying? So with this soulmate only, past trauma, anxiety, soulmate only. We make it a point to make sure that never happens again. You know? So it's like we just kind of have to really reach a whole new level of humility when our feelings get hurt. Because it's like, dang, are you gonna cling on to that hurt? Like what's trying to hurt you? Like I'm thinking about like positive and negative reinforcement. So if it's unclear how somebody feel about you, their intentions towards you, like okay, they're deciding to be an asshole, and it's kind of obvious they're an asshole. Should you reward that behavior with giving effort to soothe the situation, even though you haven't done anything wrong? I feel like that's clinging to um energy or like traumatic energy that you don't necessarily want. And so when it happens, because we can't control the other person, it's like we have to detach ourselves. We have to like I don't it's just like I'm hearing the word eject, but we have to like yeah, no, like no. It's like disable yourself from responding to that um as if you're accepting it. As if you're saying, yes, I want this, or yes, like let's because you have to be mindful of the fact that it's coming out of that person at that time. So it's like, should you really be reaching for that person if that's the energy that's coming out of them at that time? Or should you retreat? As long as that energy is there, you should depart from evil. And it wouldn't make sense to put yourself in environments where that evil is likely to resurface. You know what I'm saying? Mm. So there's some type of transformation going on with your nervous system, okay, as it pertains to past traumas. And why you're able to have this advantage over your enemies, okay, or your opposition, your opposers, or um it don't even feel right saying that. Because in our own little bubble, it does not feel like we have that at all. It does not feel like we have enemies, does not feel like any of that is going on in our own personal bubble in life. Like it does not feel like that. Like it's just it don't because there's nobody that we're like actively like beefing. Like that's not our lifestyle. That's not our life. Like we're not in that lifestyle of oh yeah pull up bitch like oh I'm about to, oh huh, huh, huh. That's we're not into that type of chaos. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that we don't have our fair share of chaos. It's just not that quality of chaos. That's like low quality chaos. We don't really yeah, we don't really participate in that. I feel like a higher quality chaos could be you're somebody who's so creative and you're excited and you're inspired and there's so many things you want to do, chaotic energy. Like, oh, what should I do for her? Should I do this? Should I do that? Blah, 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 blah. I feel that's a higher quality of like chaotic energy that's actually benevolent. Mm, 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 mm. It feels good not to be a part of the groups of people who are sexually excessive, like to the extent of like not having regard for their health and stuff like that. Not to say that we don't have our fair share of mm, 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 those sparks of sexual energy. Dang, everybody has their fair share of all of these energies. It's about the quality. It's about how it's executed. It's about discipline, control, all of that. For example, as a divine being and having more wisdom and knowledge and understanding about sexual energy, you know that there's other ways you can alchemize the energy or transmute it. Okay. You can channel that energy through like your creativity, projects, working out. scratching. I don't know, like something like some. But were there energies who claimed you was out here hoeing and throwing and blowing and all that? Absolutely. Did they want to push you into that lifestyle? Okay. Or nudge you over there or bully you into that lifestyle? Absolutely. But the fact that people even want to cause misfortune for you shows you how weak they are compared to you. That's an automatic sign of weakness. When somebody didn't do anything to you and you want to harm that person for any reason at all, and you actually put in the physical effort to harm that person, you're weak as fuck. Like, damn, you're not strong enough to, even if you are triggered by something or someone, to just like take it to the chin and just go on about your business. Like, if you feel intimidated by what somebody has, what they look like, take it to the chin, address yourself or how you feel, and do something about it. Make some type of adjustments or changes like within yourself so that that trigger is not something that's used and that becomes a chronic thing. But deciding that, oh, you want to negatively affect or impact somebody and that's going to make you feel better instead, that's some weak ass shit. So there shouldn't, if a person takes that step, there should not be an objective in conversation or a discussion about if you are intimidated by that person at all, just because you're choosing not to engage, um or you're choosing not to entertain them at the level that they're wanting. It's like people creating reasons to have conflict with you, to challenge you and stuff like that, when you literally was just minding your fucking business. Like, you was just minding your business from the beginning. Minding your business. And then create a reason that they convince others, some convince others is a legitimate reason. You know what I'm saying? And now you're expected to fight them. And it's like, but you was just minding your business. And it's like, when you continue to mind your business, that's a problem. Like, they try to find, they they try to come up with the most believable narratives to make it seem like they pump you out or some shit, or you're scary, you're intimidated by them, and they're literally just in their imagination. All this is going on in their imagination. Oh God. Anybody ever had someone say they don't like you, and when somebody asks them why they don't like you, they just say, I don't know. I don't really have a reason. I don't know. I just don't like them. Like, what the hell? Seeking perfection, or trying to trick you into seeking perfection, or seeking perfection with them, like for approval and validation. And it's like they want you to change into how they show up and operate in life, because your aesthetic is already within itself rare and unique, and they're intimidated by that. You know what I'm saying? They feel threatened by that. They admire it. Okay, but try to warp and mush your mind and your thoughts of yourself into feeling like you should go on the pursuit to obtain a look that they embody and forfeit your uniqueness that they're already intimidated by. Like, what? Mm. There's some people who wasn't expecting you to be somebody to understand or have that level of wisdom when it comes to those social manipulative dynamics. It's almost like they thought you were supposed to just look with this confusion energy. They wanted you to like start wearing your hair like theirs and start dressing like them and trying to look like them, trying to do what they do, try to be where they be at, and da da da, just so they can see that person wanna be me. See that, see that, see, see, like whole time they still in your aesthetic. Slowly but surely, they gotta slowly do it, or it's like they're trying to slowly Freaky Friday swap type shit, so people don't really notice it like that. Baby girl, you bust out wearing your hair wraps how I wear my hair wraps, where it ain't too many people that wear their hair out like me. With my lock bangs, all the different ways I do my lock bangs. Oh, it's gonna be too obvious. You can't. So why should I shift and change how unique I am? Anxiety. Y'all wanna know a cool fact about me? When I was younger, my cousins they used to literally invite their friends over to hear me sing because I used to do Chris Brown, Fantasia, and or did they just? I think that only happened maybe once, but Chris Brown, Fantasia, and Sierra. I used to do impersonations, like singing their songs, and I used to can match my voice like theirs, like really, really good. That's so random, but somebody's name could be Chris. Somebody's name could be Sierra. Somebody's name could be what was the other name I said? Ain't no ways. Somebody's name could be Tasia. I feel like it's probably only one Fantasia, and then the few that came along after the generations after her. Somebody's name could be Tasia. Okay, Tasia, Tasia, Tisha, Tija, Khadijah. Yo, anybody want to be friends like living single? I need them type of friends. I need me a friend. I don't know. I don't know if I'm Maxine's vibe or if I'm like, could I be Khadijah vibe? I feel like I play too much though. Like Khadijah play a lot too though. She goofy too. I'm goofy as fuck. Max is goofy. I feel like Max. Don't sleep on Sinclair because Sinclair's smart as fuck. She's smart. She be clumsy and be having her little dodo moments, but she's smart. Like I feel like she just kind of pulled a rabbit out the hat type shit with her smartness, like Cole and Patrick from SpongeBob. What? And they gonna tell you some of the smartest shit you ever heard out of nowhere. Mm. So there could be some significant about those type of personalities. Confirmation, bro. Because earlier the energy I was picking up on whoever cursed themselves with this fated to be alone energy, I said this could be somebody that's been close to you. And while close to you, this is somebody, y'all have fun together, y'all kick it, y'all have moments together and all of that. There could be moments where like you really clean or you really look good or I don't know. And it's something about the person withholding certain compliments and stuff, like because they didn't want you to be too big headed or backhanded compliments as well. Like, and I said this could either be somebody close to you, or somebody that's close to somebody whom you was close to. Dang, now I can't get Chris Brown out of my head. Somebody's fixing them boundaries. That's literally how they said it. That's how they said it. Fixing them boundaries. Yeah, you go ahead and you do that. Fix them boundaries. So something about your boundaries being fixed. Okay. Like, like fixed signs, cardinal, mutable, like fixed, stubborn. Like you being stubborn with your boundaries. Now, we was having like this yin yang, esoteric talk throughout the read and earlier. So I'm a Taurus. I'm stubborn when it comes to my faith and my beliefs in the Most High God. Very stubborn. I'm very stubborn. Um, it's like I don't know. You know how you can, like, you'll be very protective over your sibling, your parent, your loved one, your child, your cousin. I'm very protective over God, and he don't need my protection. But still, like, I don't know, like certain stuff it trigger me, like certain stuff, and like I'd be like, don't blame that on God. Don't blame that on God, or don't be lying on God, or don't be using. You feel me? I get triggered by stuff like that. hmm It's crazy. I just seen a card that said too attached. I can be. All right, y'all. I feel like there's another energy that wants to come out. So I think I'm gonna start another video. Yeah, because so it's being seen. So is everything is clear now about actually who's actually the real one. I'm hearing so many different examples. Like, won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? And here's my thing. Whatever you're claiming yourself to be, you do know that automatically the universe, like the energy is going to test you on whatever that is. So, including like whoever this was that claiming they so real, and if you are here claiming you're real and you're authentic and you trail and you true to this, you feel me, you the realest, somewhere realer to you, that's going to be tested. That's going to be challenged. Okay. And it's going to be challenged like in a way where whomever you're trying to convince that to is going to see or have the opportunity to see that that's untrue. I wonder if that card gonna come out. 'Cause it came out earlier. Untrue stories. Untrue stories. So this is about. So somebody was exposed for being easy to get. You got hard to get in a reverse, holding on, clinging, no boundaries, boundaries in the reverse. Then you got rushing, mixed signals, fear, loneliness. So again, whatever facade somebody was trying to convince somebody about themselves or how they are, or that was exposed. Okay, what does got to do with us? It's somebody who is procrastinating, walking away from lust, or is something significant about someone left you waiting around too long and so you gave up on them, or they fear that you get, or you gave up. You gave up because of some type of past trauma, or you felt like something was lust and not love. And lust is not just sexual. Lust can just be like wanting to use you for whatever reason, like just use you. Um, but someone feels like you leave too quickly when things get challenging. Somebody wants you to stay and try and work something out. Okay, but that's what you've already done. You've already done that with this but somebody was procrastinating and so you walked away. And by this and a summary of other actions, you just said, this is not love. So I'm walking away from what's not love. Mm. All right, y'all. I'm gonna do another one because I'm gonna do another one. Something not so. It's just a person. I don't know. I'm needing to say that. It's just a person. It's just a person. Anybody try to bait you into any type of drama that, you know, on a regular basis, that's not a part of your day to day. That's not something you're into. That's not like quality of the quality of people who vibrate on your frequency. That's just not y'all's, that's not how drama is manifested for y'all. Um, because again, we have our fair share of all of these energies, right? It's just a person. I feel like anytime somebody criticizes you, just compare it to the way that God talks, how God talks to us and about us. Like, literally. Or just weighing it against your own heart, like you being somebody who's honest yet compassionate. Like, it's easy to discern what somebody's intentions are um, with their energy exchange. Because God is not the author of confusion. So, that within itself is an answer in a lot of cases, too. Queen of Cups. When I picked up that Queen of Cups, I saw the Ten of Wands in the reverse and the Moon card. So I was gonna say, if you know you don't have no sour ass intentions towards nobody, or you have not done no harm to nobody, at least not on purpose, bro. Like, however your feelings get hurt, however your feelings have been hurt by anybody, um, y'all know when we're vulnerable, it's possible for really, really dark thoughts to intrude or to invade our mind. I'm telling you, bro, again, if you are not somebody who's just out here on demon, like being a demon to people, bro, as dark as those thoughts can get, God did not give you those thoughts, bro. Oh my God. God, God did not give you those thoughts. I don't know who this is for. God did not give you those thoughts. Especially like something that was out of your control, bro. Like, yeah, so somebody could be ruminating right now, stuck in their head. I did see the Eight of Swords because you're being guarded and they feel like love is the answer. But you feel like love won't solve your problems. You need to work on being um so have emphasis on work, like putting making actual effort, not somebody just expecting you to continue showing up as you show up um in full with somebody that you care for without them pouring into you. It's not enough. It's not enough that they love you or you love them. It has to be more than sex. What the hell, bro? It has to be more than sex. It has to be more than casual conversation. If it's not a partner, a sexual partner, it has to be more than you just being used for stuff like when anything. Even if it's just your presence, like you could. There's other things you could be doing, working on yourself, and even just wanting you to just be there. Which there's nothing wrong with spending time, quality time, okay? But this is giving like distraction, energy harvesting. What the hell? Somebody is trying their best to mix the signals though. Create some type of confusion still. But yeah, it feels good to not be in a position where you have to settle with unsafe conditions or um tolerating shit that don't make you feel good. But I feel like there could be energies that's trying to um invert how things actually are for you, or trying to invert your blessings, or like demonize how blessed you really are, or how fortunate you really are. Hmm. Like, yeah, that happened, but thank God I'm not dead. Thank God I'm not stuck with nobody. You feel me? Nobody. You feel me? Like, like it's something significant about that energy. Like, yeah, that has stuck, but at least, thank God for this though. And hell yeah. Yeah. I feel like the basic necessities of relationships have just been omitted so much that people try to make it seem like it's too much work. Like, just the basic requirements that anybody would want. Like, yeah, nah, it ain't, we're not making no time or no space for people like that. I don't care what we thought it was, like what it was. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, no. Just like that judgment card with all those hands and stuff like that, all those people, like, they look up and they realize, like, they look around, like, dang, like, there's no good ones. I ain't none of y'all, like, all y'all full of shit, including me, because I'm with y'all. Like, that's literally how it be for some people. Like, hell nah, bro. Hell nah. People try to, I said this before, people try to make it seem like peer pressure is just a thing that happened with kids and teenagers and stuff. No, that is not true. That is a continual thing that happens throughout life with adults as well, keeping up with the Joneses. That's what that is. Mm, mm, mm. But you got to be willing to accept that package deal that come with, your choice of chaos. Mhm. Y'all, I wonder if this is one of those videos where I'm gonna go back and listen to it, and it's like, oh, that was making sense, because I swear it's one of those videos, and it's like, why I feel like I just been talking like a bunch of gibberish. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, this is a very lax reading, very very lax. It's late. I'm really just vibing. For the most part, y'all, I really be like very meditative. Yeah. Yep. So you have to be patient, to really get through my messages and my vibes and stuff like that. But one thing about it, I'm not a hater. Like, you know, I recommend who's up my speed. I don't hate on nobody. So whenever I share other people and stuff like that, it's really some good resources, like from a higher perspective. But I'm just like in this very lax state, very content. I really don't plug myself into like some of the worlds that I delve into on YouTube, like as of recently, like just on some curiosity shit, and just being observation, like just observation. I swear, bro, like shit just seems so fucking foreign. Like I'm talking about the level of toxicity that is like some people's like everyday reality. Yeah, and now that I'm talking about it, it makes sense. Like being someone that has such a quiet inner world and encountering people, like for example, like it seemed like whenever I would be sharing a space with like people that I, just a totally different person, people I don't know and stuff like that. Mind you, in my inner world, it's quiet a lot, you know, um, on some gratitude shit. It's like the situations when you literally had like you ain't do shit to somebody, and all of a sudden like there's a problem, you're the enemy, people trying to like get you caught up or make things seem like something that is not, aggravate you, provoke you out of nowhere. Out of fucking nowhere, bro. Some people get offended by you being quiet. Some people get offended by you not responding or reacting to something that they have, something that they do, something that they're talking about, like with a level of excitement or intrigue or interest that they feel like is like their main icebreaker, when connecting and vibing with people, that gives them some type of ego boost or stroke. And it's not even that, but you're just not a performative person. You're hoping that the interaction is organic, like you shouldn't have to fake your responses and your reactions like just to soothe the person's ego. Like, why are you even in a mindset of that in the first place, especially if you have a genuine interest of getting to know me and connecting with me because you're intrigued. You're intrigued by what I talk about, my mindset, how I carry myself, cool. But it's like, this is me in an authentic expression. This is not me performing this. And so if I agree to indulge furthermore with you. You know what I'm saying? Like on a more personable sense. We're closer in each other's energy. So it's like when people see that you really are that authentically and then it's revealed that they were just being performative, you do a lot better with accepting whatever it is as it is. Like it's not my issue. That's their personal problem. It doesn't personally affect you for real, for real. But it seems like there's this battle that formulates that you're getting like drafted into for whatever reason. Because you can't be emotionally controlled, puppeted, and manipulated for somebody's entertainment. What's some cool points to other people they're trying to impress? Or they feel like the type of structure that they've created. Like, this is how these people look at me, and they see me as this, and they know me as this. And you talking like that, showing up how you show up, that kind of contradicts um the image I've been performing for these people in order to obtain this particular supply. So I don't know, it's like then they go into this animalistic primal this mode where they feel like they have to like peacock outshine you or uh, prove your inferiority to them so they can still feel like they're maintaining like that how they're seeing that perception that they are getting from these people, a level of treatment, a level of respect, even if it's false, even if it's incomplete from these people based off the facade that they've been performing. Yeah. And don't let the facade that they're performing be what you actually embody naturally. Shaking my head. So of course we just eventually walk away. Like, what else are we supposed to do? Like, that's not something we intentionally go toward. So of course we just walk away. Yeah. I feel like if anything, we do y'all really feel like y'all get blindsided? The whole idea concept of true colors coming out. Do y'all really feel blindsided when that stuff happened? Because I feel like honestly, we already pick up on it. I feel like we already be picking up on it little by little. Um, and there may be like little small miniature interactions where we kind of check it. You feel me? Like give a person opportunity, but still like just check them and stuff. Um, or not, depending on the longevity of the connection. But I don't feel like we're blindsided by it. It's just the agitation of even having to deal with it just because people cannot adult for themselves, like emotionally, bro. Like, I'm talking about people who go as far as like lying on you, accusing you of shit, trying to uphold the story, trying to prove the story with lies. Willing to do this, pull other people in, like just put a lot of effort and energy into it over a lie. I feel like anything, if anything, it's just the annoyance of even trying to fathom, you feel me, that people will invest so much combative, aggressive energy towards somebody who they were just triggered by, somebody that somebody's attention that they want. It's just weird, though. It's weird. But our world loves that drama too. Like there's a portion of the world, where they just find that entertaining. And honestly, those people who kind of come off like they're trying to find any possible flaw about you to ridicule you or to make them to hype themselves up internally, like fuck those people, bro. Like I feel like this is why like motherfuckers like be like intuitive people be so like we have to be so selective, like because we're really just in our authenticity, we really just be like freely being ourselves, bro. Like we do not be trying to perform for y'all, for nobody. And it's like even with people's perceived flaws about you, How you talk, yo, it's almost like people from like Baltimore, people from different places with a very very strong accent. You know what I'm saying? But it almost sounds like, to a proper speaking person, it sounds like they would discriminate or stereotype that person. Like it's kind of like that type of energy. You're not doing this like I think you should. You're not talking like how I feel like you should. You're not wearing or looking or driving or doing like I think I should. And so I'm going to disapprove you, discredit you. I'm going to fuck you. Fuck you. Like who are you? Like, oh my God, bro. Like, fuck you. I just feel like some people go too far, like with ignorance. Like it really be like this masked uh ignorance. But it's like you're not God. You're not God. I don't have to do anything but be myself. Hmm. For real, for real. I don't have to do anything but be myself and respect other people's boundaries. It's really that simple. But other than that, everybody should just pick the people that they like and live peacefully. Pick the people that you like to be around, that you know you're going to respect. Okay? It's not hard for you to respect that person. It's not hard for you to be reciprocal with that person. It's not a challenge. You don't feel like you have to force yourself to do it. This is who you should surround yourself by. But those connections that's based off just using, like, and that's it, whether that be like for cloud, for access, any of that. It's not always about money. It's not always about sex. But you don't really respect that person. Mm-mm. Or you're creating an unsafe emotional environment for that person. Red flags. Yeah, no, like just don't be that person's friend. With spill the tea, don't be around that person. Cause I'm telling you, like there was a situation I experienced when all the person had to do was just honestly communicate with me. All they had to all they had to do, like everything that they chose to gossip about me, like to the people that they gossip with, they've never said this to me. So using my situation as an example, why can't, instead of like all those things that you're gossiping, why not be, so people have to be scared. There has to be some type of fear, intimidation, like is that like you're afraid, like you and a lot of times these be people who be trying to make it seem like they so tough. But instead of gossip, why can't you speak to the person you're gossiping about and vocalize your issues, your dislikes of that person with that person, opposed to putting yourself in a position to create, even worse karma for yourself by dragging other people in it, okay, and collecting blood on your hands. Oh my God. The people who were in my life on a close scale who are not anymore is because they couldn't just have honest conversations. That's why they're not here. That's what they all have in common. That's why I don't deal with them. That's why they don't deal with me. They couldn't have honest conversations, and I could. And so I was problematic, apparently. And that's that. Like, and I'm content with that. Like, that's my portion. That's just my portion. You feel me? Like, I'm content with that, but I'm not gonna become something I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna become I'm not gonna become insecure because that's just more fitting for their performance. I'm not gonna just allow myself to be belittled, disrespected, and da 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 just because that's more fitting for their performance at the time. It's like, oh well, I'm just gonna have to eat whatever the outcome is gonna be, but I'm going to still be my authentic self in the situation. I understand me telling the truth would not be conducive for the narrative you've been performing for these people all this time. However, you're not about to try to just paint me out as something that I'm not without me vocalizing the actual truth of the situation. Now, after I put the truth out, I don't give a fuck what y'all do with it. If you want to continue lying to one another and lying to yourselves, then so be it. It has nothing to do with me, but I spoke my truth about myself for me. And that's all about me standing my ground and stepping about me, treating me as if I'm my own child before I even become a parent, parenting myself. How you want your parents to stand, how you would expect a parent, right, to stand up for their kid that's more vulnerable and stuff like that, like, or anybody like that you love to defend whom they love. You have to be that way about yourself, yes, but don't be no dummy either. Like, be wise with it. Have wisdom so that you're not being puppeted into traps through your emotions or through some type of emotional outburst. Ugh, like, no. You know how sometimes you having that controlled demeanor in the face of some type of confrontation itself is what triggered the confrontation or triggered the envy, and it's like they're wanting you to come out of that. But have you ever like just stood firm in it even more and let them embarrass themselves, opposed to you coming out of what they feel threatened by in the first place? No, like just stay in that firmly. Period. Like, period. Mm. I know one thing, I'm very realistic with myself. I'm very realistic with myself. I feel like you should question yourself realistically. You know, yeah, like really check in with self. I do that. When I talk to God, like I don't just talk about it's like I try to be very 360 with the divine, um, with my prayers and meditations. Like accountability. Like, was I wrong when I did this, divine? And how should I have gone about this situation or that situation? Like, you know, I have those type of talks with the divine as well. You know, checking myself. Something I used to always say in my church is, I want to thank God for a sound mind. Like when people would testify, I thank God for having for a sound mind. You know, that's not something to take lightly for real, and that's something that we should definitely understand is a priority. It should be a priority. Um, creating conditions and maintaining conditions, restoring conditions to have a sound mind. Because what use are you if you don't have a sound mind? And the thing is, you get used. People will use you, but at your expense. Mm-mm. That's when when you have an unsound mind, people will use you at your expense when you're unsound. Because again, we have to have our portion of all things, including being used. So a patient needing a doctor, an infant needing a mother, you know.